The anti-Asian hate crimes bill is now headed to President Biden's desk, where he's expected to sign it into law tomorrow, after the House passed the legislation yesterday. The bill directs the Department of Justice to expedite the review of COVID-related hate crimes after a spike in violence and discrimination against Asian Americans, exacerbated, of course, since the beginning of the pandemic. Joining me now is Democratic Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland, a member of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus, who was at the press conference and has been pushing so hard for this. Congresswoman, thanks for being with us. Talk to me about how you think this can help. The targeting, the dreadful targeting that has really escalated in this past year.
Yeah, the dreadful targeting started during the pandemic, and it does not seem to have let up. And so with this legislation that passed, that will go to the president's desk, we are hoping that, number one, the violence will stop, and number two, that people who commit these crimes will be held accountable. And that's why we want to work with the Department of Justice to collect data, to make sure that they can get involved and that we're able to prosecute hate crimes. And, these are hate crimes that happen to all people. But the COVID-19 attacks and the rise in hate, hate directed toward Asian Americans has just got to stop. And so we've been, this predates me because it started back in 2020, but I'm a new member of Congress as a freshman, and I fully support this, and I'm glad that it passed, and now we need President Biden to sign this so that we can take action.
Does more need to be done with law enforcement, with police around the country, in terms of education and also helping people in the community have more confidence that law enforcement will help them?
Yeah, I would say there are two parts of this, Andrea. Number one, we need people to feel comfortable coming forward to report these crimes, because one of the things that you've heard in the past is that people say, why report the crime when nothing's going to happen? And then number two, law enforcement has to have the ability to collect the data, to analyze it, and to, fully arrest people when these crimes happen. And then, of course, we have to rely on prosecutors to make sure that when people do these crimes, they are held accountable.
And have you seen any diminution of these hate crimes? There are some more incidents just today in New York City.
Yeah, it seems as though we are paying close attention to these crimes, and so they're getting more attention in the press. And, unfortunately, the numbers have not gone down, and so we just need to stay vigilant. We need people to report the crimes when they happen. But again, we want the crimes to stop, and we want people who commit them to be held accountable.
As a freshman in Congress, in your first 100 days, you've had the impeachment, the insurrection, and all of the terrible racial disputes, and the incidents as well. And now we're seeing pushback on the January 6th commission. What is your reaction to that, and why do you think the commission is needed?
Well, the commission is needed for many reasons, and this commission was formed on a bipartisan basis. And so I think the question I ask is, if there's pushback against forming this commission and having them do the important work of investigating what happened, exactly who knew what and when, the question is, what are you hiding? People were aiding, they were abetting, and they were trying to undermine democracy. They were trying to undermine the legitimate election of Joe Biden. And for people to think that we're going to forget about this or let this get swept under the rug is just not factual. People need to be held accountable. This commission needs to be approved, and it's time for us to do this.
Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland, thank you so much.